Fast food restaurants have proven over and over that they can make billions of dollars with smart marketing and high-quality food. But every once in a while, even these giants can fail despite how successful they are. Here are 10 examples of restaurants that had bad marketing plans and had to work hard to get back on their feet. Number 10. Burger King tries to copy McDonald Land. We all know Ronald McDonald and his friends, who have been getting kids to eat at McDonald's, get a toy with their meal, and then get so fat they need 4 bypass surgeries. McDonald Land has grown and shrunk many times since it opened in the early 1970s, but it has always been popular. But for a while, Ronald, the Hamburglar, and the early bird had to fight off the Burger King kingdom, which was a threat to their fast food franchises. McDonald Land opened in 1971 and became very popular with kids very quickly. Burger King took the idea and turned it into a kingdom because they wanted to make money. In 1976, the Burger King kingdom came out with a lot of different characters. The Burger King stood in for Ronald McDonald. He was the king of the kingdom and had magic powers. There was a duke who didn't believe in the king's powers, a robot wizard who made French fries, and a knight named Sir Shakealot whose armor was made out of Burger King cups. Both restaurants' lands were mostly based on kids' shows like HR Puff and stuff, but by the time the kingdom came out, McDonald's had already won over most kids. Plus, McDonald's was and still is the most popular fast food chain in the world. Ronald and his brilliant marketing plan were always going to beat the king. And the creepy ads probably didn't help much either. Children everywhere are glad that the kingdom gave up in 1980 and moved on to marketing ideas that were a little less scary. But in 2003, the king came back to Burger King ads, which were not aimed at kids, and reminded people who were scared of him in the 1970s that he was back. Number 9. The 1984 Olympics and McDonald's. McDonald's came up with a great idea for the Olympics in 1984. Every time the US won a gold, silver, or bronze medal, they would give a Big Mac, fries, or a Coke. By giving prizes to things that the Soviet Union was good at, McDonald's thought they could make sure they wouldn't have to give out any or very few prizes. But fate had a different plan. Because the US and other countries skipped the 1980 Olympics in Moscow because of the war in Afghanistan, the Soviet Union and other countries in the Eastern Bloc decided to do the same thing in 1984. With all the best athletes from the East not there, the US was able to win medals in events where they would have had no chance in hell. This meant that McDonald's, which had scratch-off cards for sports that were mostly dominated by the Soviet Union, had to give away millions of dollars worth of free food, which led to shortages at many McDonald's locations. Number 8. McPizza. In the late 1980s, McDonald's wanted to add a dinner menu so that people could eat there for all 3 meals. So, they made a line of Italian dishes. They made foods like lasagna and spaghetti, but they also made the McPizza and put expensive pizza ovens in many of their restaurants. McDonald's, on the other hand, didn't do any research. Many things on the menu could only be bought after 4 p.m., which turned out to be their downfall. Also, food that took longer to cook meant that people had to wait a long time, which took away from the idea of fast food. With so many problems, the McPizza and its friends were gone by the early 1990s. Number 7. Burger King table service. In the 1990s, Burger King almost went out of business because of 2 things it did to try to get more customers. They introduced an MTV-style ad campaign, and they made their restaurants sit-down style after a certain hour. Most of the restaurant's customers just wanted a quick meal, so they didn't like the new posh decor. Burger King scared away a lot of customers by putting tablecloths on their plastic tables, hiring waiters, and offering popcorn as an appetizer. Despite being initially popular with some singles, it was discontinued in 1993. Burger King needs to learn that copying the competition doesn't work. Number 6. Hula Burger. In the early 1960s, Ray Kroc, who started McDonald's, had a problem. Fridays were hard for many of his restaurants because Catholics had to fast. The solution? Try putting pineapple on a burger instead of meat. At the time, when the church was known for its Friday fish fries, this did not sound good to many people. When a McDonald's owner in Cincinnati said that his fish-filled burger was better, the fight was on. Nationwide, more and more McDonald's started offering the fish fillet, and most people stopped getting the pineapple and started getting it instead. After less than a year, the Hula Burger was taken off the menu. Number 5. McDLT. McDonald tried to make a sandwich like the BLT with the McDLT. The plan was to make a sandwich with hot meat and cold vegetables. The meat was delivered in a large styrofoam container with the cool tomatoes and lettuce on one side and the hot meat on the other. It was seen as such a good idea that McDonald's patented it, expecting a lot of people to copy it. But even though there was a big marketing campaign with a singing George Costanza before Seinfeld, the McDLT failed because people didn't like the styrofoam container and the whole idea was stupid. Soon after it came out, the product was thrown out. Number 4. Arch Deluxe. In 1996, McDonald's tried to make products that older Americans would like. This was because many older Americans avoided McDonald's because it was geared toward kids. In a marketing campaign that cost $300 million, they added deluxe menu items like the Arch Deluxe and the strangely scary Masco Mac Tonight. When studies showed that sales of the whole line were going down, McDonald's started a creepy ad campaign that included putting a coupon for a free Arch Deluxe over the mouth of a child and showing Ronald McDonald dancing at a nightclub. This didn't do much to appeal to any group, and by 1997, the deluxe line was no longer being made. Number 3. Wendy's Super Bar. Starting in 1988, all Wendy's restaurants had not one, not two, but 3 different buffet bars. Wendy's tried to reach a new group of people by offering salads, Italian food, and Mexican food. To everyone's surprise, the plan worked, and people rushed to take advantage of it. After it became popular, though, problems started to happen. Having 3 different kinds of food close to each other is not good for appetites. Also, the staff had to put in a lot of extra work to make sure the buffets ran smoothly, which caused customers to have to wait a lot longer. By 1998, there was no more Super Bar. Number 2. Bell Beefer. In the 1970s and 1980s, Taco Bell sold the Bell Beefer, which was taco meat on a hamburger bun. Despite how it looked, the Bell Beefer was well received. That was before health officials looked at it and decided it wasn't very healthy, even by Taco Bell's standards. Also, the sandwich was hard to hold together because of what was in it. There were, of course, a lot of complaints about that. Taco Bell got rid of it because there were too many problems. Number 1. Taco Bell Dog. When it was first advertised in 1997, the Taco Bell Chihuahua quickly became a fan favorite. But soon, it was seen as a stereotype of Mexicans and revenue began to drop. Because the ads were so obviously racist, many Hispanics were staying away from the restaurant. Even though the campaign was popular with people of many other ethnic groups, this was enough to cause a loss of income. All of it ended in 2000, when Hispanic groups worked to get rid of the offensive character. 3 years later, the people who came up with the character sued Taco Bell because they hadn't been paid for their hard work. The jury decided to give them $42 million. So, guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about the video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.